being a guest analyst. It's like there's not a lot going on, so I'll throw it to you. But I'm not expecting much, so anything you can give us is great.
Yeah, well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you reference corn as being kind of a Christmas market. We're getting to that time of year where, things do start to slow down, and that's being reflected in the volatility. The CME has volatility indices for pretty much every commodity out there right now. The CME corn volatility index is basically at the lows of the year. So that's definitely signaling that there's not a lot of fear in the market as we head into the new year. But I look at it as an opportunity, especially for producers. When the volatility is low, the premiums are a little bit more reasonably priced. So if you're a producer, this is not a bad time to be looking for protection out to next year. And the good thing about that is you can still buy that protection and remain optimistic, but at least it covers your bottom line as a producer. I think it's important to establish a floor in the market. And I think with the volatility where it's at, it's a pretty decent opportunity and decent time to consider doing so.
Yeah, what is the volatility? I mean, just so the viewers and listeners know, when Oliver talks about volatility, it's basically the general price of options or the general price of insurance, right? So what would be the level they're at today, and what would be a normal level you'd see them at?
So right now, I believe the corn volatility index that the CME puts out live throughout the day, I believe, is at about 18, which is right at about the lows of the year. It has been trending lower over the last couple of months, so it's not crazy low. But I think, as you mentioned, we head towards the end of the year, you start to see some of the activity dwindle off, which we've seen in volume and open interest as well. That volatility comes off, but I wouldn't be surprised to see volatility pick back up again next year. We've got a big USDA report in January, so I think taking an opportunity to purchase some cheap insurance, so to speak, is certainly something worth looking at.
Absolutely. 2022, you had to use options. You're going to have to use them again in 2023 for sure.